duality is nothing more than the effect of misidentification, which alone constitutes ignorance or delusion. Non-duality is the natural state of self-knowledge. In non-dual truth, since you are not the body, nor a mind or an ego entity, you have never been born. For the unborn, there is no perishing. In non-dual truth, since the self is both infinite and indivisible, and you are that, why, then free from any other misidentification, there is nothing created, nothing objective. The Maharshi has given the instruction that one ought to abandon the objective outlook and know oneself. For without knowing oneself, one is only dreaming an illusion. If you know yourself, then there is neither dream nor dreamer. That is, no individual, embodied or otherwise, is born, nor is there any objective dream or world. The thing to do for self-knowledge, or self-realization as we call it, is to actually inquire as to who you are. Put the question to yourself, not so much the phrase, "Who am I?" but the introspection implied by it. Questing inward to know the nature of your own being, the innermost consciousness, which is also the abode of bliss. Every conception of dualism, every notion of being bound, that is to say, every apparent cause of suffering, is due only to misidentification. If we inquire, "Who am I?" and know our real nature, the very cause of misidentifying, the cause of imagination, is absent. Then we know with certainty that there is no samsara, repetitive cycle of birth, death, and illusion, and that only Brahman, the vast Absolute, is real. That alone exists. And that alone is the self. So the Chandogya Upanishad gives the instruction, Tattvamasi, that you are. This is to be known with a knowledge that is self-knowledge, non-objective knowledge. Known in the same way that you know that you exist right now. You have always had this knowledge. It is not time-bound as in past, present, or future. This knowledge is innate. We can say this knowledge ought to know itself. That is, your being ought to repose in itself, free of imagination. Inquire within yourself and determine what your identity is, what your actual existence is. As a hint in the right direction, abandon the misidentification, the tendency to mix up yourself with what is not you, that is, with anything that is objective, anything that is discontinuous or sporadic, anything that is not eternal, anything that has birth and death, anything that depends on your senses to be perceived, anything that depends on thinking to be conceived. If you abandon such, you will really have given up nothing. For giving up the unreal is not like giving up something. And without gaining anything anew, you'll find yourself established in the self as the self, which is the greatest peace, and is the state in which reality knows itself, where God knows God.